March 2023. I remember it like it was yesterday. I had just recently started my new free-to-play alt account and was ready to roll for my first limited 5-star on that account, Kamisato Ayaka. And on my birthday, the 22nd of March, I actually got her. But there was another Cryo character with a banner at the same time, one who's an amazing support for Ayaka, Shenhe. So I tried to get her as well, and failed. Oh well, I thought back then, she's gonna come back in a few months, I'm just gonna get her then. Well, now, over 1.5 years later, there's still no sign of a Shenhe rerun. And I think it's time we talk about that, because the Shenhe situation is really getting ridiculous. Back when she had her last rerun, we were still in the Sumeru era of the game. Fontaine didn't exist yet, much less Natlan. And it was also before the release of Honkai Star Rail, which even had its first anniversary already, and Zenless Zone Zero. 2 entire regions in Genshin and 2 entire Hoyoverse games were released in between Shenhe's last rerun and now. Truly ridiculous. And the saddest thing, Shenhe isn't even the only one. Ganyu has been waiting almost as long as Shenhe, and it's not even the first time a Cryo character had to wait that long for a rerun, because the previous record holder for the longest time without a rerun was Eula, who didn't get a banner for 567 days between version 2.3 and 3.8. Another Cryo character. And for a long time, people thought it couldn't really get much worse than the Eula situation. But lo and behold, here we are, with not just one character breaking Eula's record, but 2. At this point it's been over 600 days since Shenhe's last banner, and Ganyu isn't far behind. But it gets even worse, because the other Cryo characters are much better off. If we exclude the Chronicled Wish, which is kind of a special case, then the last time any Cryo 5-star had a banner was almost a full year ago. In version 4.3, it was Ayaka. Now 5.3 is around the corner, and it seems like the Cryo element just got Thanos snapped out of existence. But wait, there's still more. Remember Risley? He hasn't even gotten a single rerun yet, despite being released over a year ago in version 4.1, and the same goes for Charlotte, who was released in 4.2 alongside Furina, who has had a bunch of reruns so far. But of course Charlotte is a 4-star, which really just shows that even 4-stars are not safe from the cryocalypse, which is what I call this entire ridiculous situation. It's honestly just mind-boggling how neglected the Cryo characters are in this game for no apparent reason. Like, I've seen some people try to reason that it's because Cryo is the worst element, but that's not even true. Geo is the worst element. And I'm saying that as someone who loves most of the Geo characters, especially the ones released over the last year. They were amazing. But let's be real, when it comes to like reactions, even though Cryo may not be the best, it still has far more to offer than Geo. Yet Geo characters get banners all the time. There was a period where we didn't get any new Geo characters for a while, in between Yunjin and Navia, but in terms of reruns, or just banners in general, the Geo situation never got nearly as bad as the Cryo situation is right now. So it can't really be because of Cryo being a weak element, otherwise Geo would have even less banners than Cryo. Another explanation that I've seen floating around the internet is simply that they are saving the Cryo reruns for Snezhnaya, because it's the nation of Cryo, right? But I don't think that's it either, because they never withheld characters of an element before the release of that element's nation, except Dendro, I guess. But that's different, because Dendro wasn't really in the game before Sumeru's release. All the other elements though, including Cryo, have been in the game since 1.0. And also if they create such a demand for Cryo characters by withholding them, and then release them alongside the new Harbingers that we are probably gonna get in Snezhnaya, wouldn't it be kinda counterproductive? They want to sell these characters, right? But if we have to wait for a Shenhe rerun till 6.0, then either the new Snezhnaya characters are gonna be overshadowed by the hype of Shenhe finally being back, or more likely, Shenhe's long-awaited rerun is gonna be overshadowed by the new Snezhnaya characters, especially if those are Fatui Harbingers. Either way, it just doesn't seem like a smart thing to do for Hoyoverse. So yeah, I just gotta say, I actually have absolutely no idea why Hoyoverse is doing this to the Cryo characters. But whether it's on purpose or just an oversight, the important takeaway here is that something about the current banner system needs to change. Because the main reason why waiting times between characters' banners are getting longer and longer is simply that there are too many characters at this point for only 2 banners at a time. And yeah, they actually tried to solve this a while ago with the Chronicled Wish, right? But they only did that one time and then never again. I thought it was actually a good solution to give players the opportunity to roll for older characters without taking the spotlight away from the new characters. So I really hope they bring the Chronicled Wish back at some point, or something similar to the Chronicled Wish, and please not just once a year. We need something that's gonna be here permanently, which actually leads me to the other thing that they could do to improve the current banner system, which is simply to increase the number of character banners to 3 or maybe even 4, because then with 4 banners at once you could also have 2 weapon banners to fit all the signature weapons of these 4 5-stars, and that would pretty much solve the problem, because then we could have way more reruns. It's honestly such a simple solution that it's weird they haven't done that yet. I mean, they increased the number of banners from 1 to 2 back in version 2.3, only a little bit over a year since the game was released, but it's been 3 years since then. Why haven't they increased the amount of banners again in all that time? Who knows? I think they should have done it a long time ago, but at this point I have honestly no idea if they're ever gonna do it. The only thing that I do know is that something has to be done, because yeah, I said it already and I'm gonna say it as many times as I need to, it is getting ridiculous. Where is Shenhe? I still want her on my alt account. But yeah, there you have it. That's basically the problem with not just Shenhe, but Cryo in general. Just the way the banners are structured, it's just not enough for the amount of characters we have nowadays. Something has to change, and I really hope it does in one of the next few patches. But yeah, just tell me in the comments what you think about all this. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on the matter, and maybe some ideas you have for solutions to how older 5-star characters could come back more frequently, or, you know, in a different way, I don't know, maybe even put them in the shop. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but, you know, it's a nice idea to think about. But if that being said, I don't think I have anything else to say about this topic for now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more Genshin and other gacha content. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.